Well, it's week 6 of LCS with coverage brought to you by Alienware, and that we have seen some big roster moves this week. The very first interview I'm doing of this week is about one of those roster moves, and it's with Treatz from TSM, the new LCS support, the longtime player on the Academy team. How's it going, Treatz? You just won. It's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, feels really good to take the first win, especially against the 100 Thieves actually, because they beat C9 last week, so it
Yeah.
feels extra good.
Well, what did you think of them? Because I feel like after they beat C9, people are like, "Oh my, are these? This might be the second, third best team." People were kind of losing their mind about it.
Yeah, I mean, I played against Puma and Contracts on Academy, so I felt like I knew their play style, I knew what champs they pick, so I felt like really prepared coming into the game. So I think it was easy preparation, and the game was overall pretty controlled, I think, so it feels good.
Nice. Well, hey, let's talk a little bit about you coming into the LCS team. So this got announced midweek, but I think a lot of people, I was doing Hotline League on Monday night, and people were coming into the chat being like, Treatz is playing for TSM this week. And I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, he's duoing with Doublelift right now. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, let's not get excited. We don't know yet. So obviously this was maybe a conversation starting at the beginning of the week. So maybe you can share our side or your side of the story with us.
Yeah, so I didn't really hear a lot until 4 days ago, I think it was, something like that, where Parth took me on a digital walk and said, yo, you're starting LCS this week. And obviously I was really excited, so me and Peter started doing right away. And yeah, ever since then we've been scrimming each day, and today we had the game against 100 Thieves, so it's been like 4 very hectic days, but it's been a lot of fun for sure.
Well, one of the things I noticed was that there seemed to be a lot of people. I saw several comments and posts, and like there was some community chatter even before this week about how people wanted to see you start and wanted to see you play. So,
Yep.
was that something that you were seeing? Did you feel like this was a possibility that maybe this was coming up?
I'm not sure. I felt like TSM overall as an org hasn't done a lot of changes apart from the jungle. So I was like kind of skeptic, but I don't really think about what other people think of me. I just try to improve myself as much as I can, and if I get the chance, then nice. If not, then yeah, that's the way it is.
Yeah. Well, maybe you can provide some context. I think this week on Hotline League, and you and I had met briefly before, but for some reason in my mind, I had it that you were Canadian because I remember you were playing from Canada for a while.
Yeah, I've heard that one
Before
a few times.
I was corrected, obviously. So, what is sort of your background, your story, and how did you end up in Academy?
Yeah, so I'm from Sweden. I was playing League on a semi-pro or pro level for like 4 years, I think. Started out playing in Spanish League. I played both Spanish League and French League. Learned a lot there, and I played in the EU Masters before I joined TSM Academy. So that's where Parth saw me, and then he invited me over to the TSM scouting grounds, and they liked how I played there and how I talked in game, etc. So I thought TSM was a good opportunity for me because I knew the coach Peter. I think he's really good, so I wanted to join the team with him and play with Tactical as well, who was a big point for me joining as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, what is it like for you now to see both you in the LCS and then Tactical and the LCS both? I mean, I know Tactical played a little bit last split, but both really starting this split.
Yeah, it's really fun. I support Tactical, and I think he's really good. It's pretty funny as well that I'm playing with Peter now and he's playing with Core JJ. So there's some fun rivalry going on there.
Yeah, that's fun. Do you guys talk much? Do you stay in communication?
Yeah, for sure. We talk a lot, play some ARMs together, and eat food sometimes if it's possible, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good friends.
Well, how do you feel you compare to the other supports in the LCS? I mean, maybe you're just now starting to play against them. I don't know how much you've played against some of them, but obviously you've watched a lot of these games, I'm sure. So where would you place yourself among the LCS players in your role?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure like a power ranking, but I'm really confident in myself. I would say with some time I can easily be top three. Right now it's unsure, haven't really played a lot, so hard to say, but I would place myself within a few weeks, top three for sure.
Yeah. Well, and actually remind me, how long have you been playing with TSM Academy?
It's like 1.5 years, I think.
Okay. So start
Like
of 2019 was when you came in.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So in your mind, I mean, you said that you had seen that TSM didn't make very many changes before. You saw Tactical go to Team Liquid. Did you expect that Maybe you had in your expectations like more likely that you end up on another starting LCS team, or did you always kind of figured it would be TSM?
Honestly, not sure. I mean, it's really hard as a player to predict your future or your career path. It's honestly just very opportunistic, and you just have to grind a lot and do your best like constantly, and then just hope that the opportunity comes, right? I didn't know if it would be in TSM or in another team, but here we are. So I guess it worked out in the end.
Yeah. What, knowing that you're now in the LCS, what has this experience been like for you? Because, I think this is something that a lot of people aspire for. Obviously, you've been over here for a year and a half trying to make this happen. So, what has this week been like for you?
I don't think I've honestly processed it yet. It's been like very, very long days and a lot of practice and like thinking about what I have to do for this game and how to play, etc. So I think after this week's games, then I'm just gonna process it all and just mentally handle everything because it's been a lot, but it's been a lot of fun as well.
And do you have any insight or idea on how likely it is that you will maintain the position? Because obviously sometimes we see people swap in and out, or sometimes they come in and that's it for the rest of the split.
I honestly have no clue. I got told that I'm playing this week, and that's all I know for now.
Given that, it's not a guarantee, do you feel a lot of pressure to like prove yourself in these two games?
Not really. I think in a competition, the better player should start. So if they think I'm better, then I should start. And if they think Vincent's better, then he should start. I think it's pretty simple. That's how it should be for every LCS and Academy team.
Well, how do you think you did in that debut game just now?
I think overall okay. I mean, me and Peter got a kill in bot 2v2. I think my champion's role, I played okay in the game. I don't think I had like a amazing standout performance, but I think overall I was pretty solid. I'm happy with how I moved around the map and put down vision, etc. So overall I would say it's a passable game, yeah.
Passable.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this, sort of moving away from the game. I think, there's going to be a lot of people that are interested in who you are. Maybe they don't pay as much attention to Academy, or maybe they're TSM fans that are like, oh, I did not expect this bot lane this week. Maybe they missed the announcement or whatever.
hmm
What who are you? What are you into, Treatz? What are you passionate about? I guess I'm always curious what things people have in common with the fans that are watching. So, a lot of people are super into anime. I've been talking to Licorice about fantasy books. Other people, they like to go to the gym a lot. So what are some of the things and hobbies and interests that you have?
Honestly, it's just been a lot of League recently. Before COVID and everything, I was gymming a lot. So I was basically just gym, League, eat, sleep for a lot of my time here in NA. Outside of that, I play some golf.
You're a golfer.
I'm a golfer, yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Have you golfed much in Los Angeles?
I have not golfed a single time in Los Angeles yet, but
Okay.
I would be very down to try.
Okay. Well, it's one of the few things that you can do right now in Los Angeles. So maybe you'll find something. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else in the LCS that does much golfing. I know Nade Shot's getting super into
Yeah,
it. He's been talking
I
about
saw
it.
a lot of tweets from Nate Shot that he's golfing, so
Right. Do you miss that a lot? I mean, I assume this is something you did back in Europe a ton.
yeah, I mean, I usually did with my family or friends, so that like social aspect is non-existent right now.
Yeah.
But overall, I don't like miss the sport that much. I feel really happy playing League right now, so that's where most of my life goes.
Did you ever compete in golf? Because a lot of people that are really competitive in League, they end up being competing in all sorts of stuff.
No, not really in sports. I was competing a lot in other games though, like World of Warcraft. I was pretty high rated in Overwatch too, but not any real life sports.
Okay. What about? Oh yeah. So you said in WoW. When were you playing and when were you competing or playing ranked in WoW Arena?
I actually played on a private server called Arena Tournament where Azael was casting the games. So I was in a few tournaments there, and I played on the server together with Kadrol as well from Excel. So there's some League of Legends people that I play with in the World of Warcraft as well.
That's crazy. I mean, this must have been a while ago then, because I doubt that
Yeah,
Azale's casting too many arena
No,
tournaments
no,
these
no.
days.
That was like 6 or 7 years ago or something.
That's wild. What did you play?
I used to play every class. That's actually how I got into League as well, because I used to be a multi-roller. So in League, when I first started playing, I played every role as well. And it was the same in WoW. I played everything.
That's wild. Do
Yeah.
you? qu- Uh, Is there a world where, depending on if you're in TSM long enough, we start to see some G2 stuff where, maybe you end up in different lanes or different roles? Or are you hard committed to support right now?
Yeah, I mean, with the Senna, there's some different strats that we have prepared. So I feel confident playing any role. I played every role to Challenger before, and I think it's important, especially as a support, because yeah, support can be a very mechanically low demanding role, but I want to keep my mechanics good, so I try to play other roles as well and get good at them and learn the game from their perspective.
That's awesome. Hey, Treatz, thank you so much for chatting with me. Congratulations on the big win. And I'm excited to see what you can do with TSM going forward, and also happy to just learn some about you. Anything you want to say to any of the TSM fans out there?
Thank you so much for the support. I got like a lot of kind messages, and I'm happy that everyone in TSM has embraced me as well. So thank you for the support, and I hope to keep performing.
Well, thank you so much, Treatz, again. And for everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. Hey, folks, I have a big request from you. It's actually the easiest request ever, but it would mean a lot to me. Can you hit the subscribe button? I'm trying to see how many people I can get to subscribe just directly from these videos by asking them the challenge. And it would actually mean a lot for me because, I don't know, just trying to feel good about seeing the numbers go up. 2020 is it's a tough year. And so the one thing that gives me the dopamine hits anymore is just seeing my subscriber numbers go up. So if you could subscribe, that would be great. Also, please check out alienware.com/Travis. There's a link in the video description below. You can use Travis 10 off Q2 to save some good cash on Alienware products like the computer that's behind me, or even their newer models. This one's a little bit old. You can still buy this. It's great, but they also have the latest and greatest up on the Alienware site. You can check it out. Again, alienware.com/Travis. Thanks so much to them for their support. And I got to say, like, I know I'm kind of overexposed right now, but I'm liking this look for me. I think this is the new look.